But I've been married for 52 years to my wife, and one of the things she always comes up to me, she says, I think you love football more than you love me. And I said, yeah, I do. But I said, I love you more than I do basketball. I wanted to congratulate everybody here today. This is a wonderful deal. As I started looking at that, I'm sitting here thinking, things that I do as a coach and how much it falls right in line. I believe that God put me on this earth to coach. And when he said to coach, he gave me the vehicle was football. But what he wanted me to do is he wanted me to teach and coach life, and also teach and coach life with Jesus Christ. And that's one of the things that I think I've always stuck to. When it's talked about the wins, I want you to know that I'll never claim the wins as mine, because I can tell you that Jesus and God are with me every time that I step out on the field. I played high school football and college football, and when I first got my job, I had to learn on a run. A lot of people have all these people that help them out and stuff. I really didn't have that. My first season as head coach, I was so ready. I went 1-9. Jeez, boy, I thought it was right there. But as I went 1-9, I had faith, and I knew that I had the game plan of life. And my game plan of life is my Bible. I don't have it with me today, but it's been used an awful lot. But that is my game plan of life. I think character is who you talk about character. Character is who you are when no one else is around. Just God and you. That's character. You can talk about other things, and it might be a reputation, but you got to think about your character. I want to tell you one of my experiences as I had as a coach when I was deciding the right thing to do. My varsity high school team was undefeated going into about, I think it was our 5th game. As we got to the 5th game, of course, we have training rules, and one of the training rules is no use of alcohol. And so I heard over the weekend that some of my players had been using alcohol. Now, nobody else is aware of this. The principal and nobody else is aware of it. My assistant coaches hadn't even heard about it. And right now I've got a decision. My decision is I'm going to do the right thing, or we can go ahead and let those guys play, and we'll probably win. So there's no doubt in my mind as it was going along, that sign was flashing, do the right thing, do the right thing. And so what I did is the right thing, I told those guys, I said, you can't play. So I took them out of the game. They were all starters, and we lost the game. But as you do that, you think, geez, that was tough on the other guys. But I think the lesson was there. And when the lesson was there, those guys, I think, and I get along with them great, those four fellas. I think that as I made that decision, it was a great decision. They developed a stronger feeling of being part of a team. They said, well, it means a lot to be on the team, and you got to follow the rules. And then the other thing is I think they started to feel like and develop a better sense of being accountable and also responsible. And of course, that's one of the things, when you think about what we're doing in coaching, is not just coaching today and playing the game, but what's going to happen to you once you get out of high school and stuff. And I'm dealing with that right now. I got to coach my son, and I got to coach my grandson. My grandson's graduating this year, and he's looking at, making those decisions, where he's going to do and all those kind of things. But, a lot of big decisions. As I look back on that event, when I told you I pulled those kids out, the reason I did is we had rules, but I loved them enough to say they couldn't do that. I loved them enough to tell them that. I love my players, and I tell them all the time. The last thing that they hear before we go on the field is I give them the pep talk, and I still like pep talks, okay? But anyway, I give them the pep talk, and I say, and remember this, guys, as much as you want to be successful, as much as I want you to be successful, remember, no matter what happens out here tonight, I love you. I love you. I'm a hugger, okay? When they had COVID, you weren't supposed to hug. Well, I probably should be, dead from COVID because I hug all the kids. When I say hug, I want a bear hug. I don't talk about this little, thing with one arm and, handshakes and those kind of things, but I really like to go out and let those kids know that I really appreciate what they do for me. I want you to be successful, okay? Again, and just like my team. When I moved into my office this past year, or 6 years ago, I had people from the school came in and they said, "Hey, Coach, is there enough room in this office for all your plaques and all your trophies and all those kind of things?" I said, "Hey, I said, my plaques and my trophies, they're walking around town. They're the successful dads, the businessmen, those guys that are successes in their community. Those guys, those are my trophies. So I have a handout for each one of you. Okay, I'm going to take a moment and read it. It's a quick poem. It's called "The Man in the Glass." I came across it a long time ago, and it meant enough to some of the kids when I did it that I actually have a mirror that they had this etched on the mirror. So when you talk about the man in the glass, that's you looking in the mirror. When you get what you want and you struggle for yourself and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. You may be like Jack Horner and Chiseled Plum and think you're a wonderful guy, but the man in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. He's a fellow please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear to the end. And you've passed the most dangerous, difficult test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you go, but your final reward will be heartaches and tears if you cheated the man in the glass. And I presented this, like I said, to a lot of people, and I just wanted to let you know, I think, that the one thing that it means to me, and I'll just get this short, or read this, and I'm going to be finished. But I think this is about, again, about you when you look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the night, or, whenever you have to. Okay, I've carried this poem with me since I started coaching. I've given this out. I had a kid that came back for the 30-year reunion, and he pulled out his wallet, he pulled out a copy that I give him of The Man in Glass. And so it does mean some things. But the meaning to me is that we must make the best, the most, out of the ability that God has given us. We have to do things that are right, rather than those things that make us look good or make us popular. And when it's all said and done each day, we put our head on the pillow. It's just us and God, and we can't fool either one. So I just want to congratulate y'all. I'm going to pass that along. I hope maybe something I said might mean something for somebody. But again, I think the biggest thing is when you start talking about wins and losses, it's not on the scoreboard. It's not on the scoreboard. That year that we went 1-9, I said to the people at the end of the year, I said, boy, we had a lot of wins. They kind of looked at me and I said, they weren't all on the scoreboard, but we had a lot of wins. Congratulations, everybody.